The logistics involved in organizing a stadium show are incredibly challenging. This is true not only for the crew and technicians, who, let's face it, are performing remarkable feats with scaffolding, lighting, and sound equipment in the heart of America's concrete arenas, but also for the average fan who spends a significant portion of their paycheck to experience the spectacle. Attending such an event tests one's endurance, patience, and sometimes sheer determination. Yet, when executed well, with vision, precision, and passion, the stadium show can become a moment of profound connection. It transforms into a shared experience, a fleeting moment of chaos and beauty coming together. Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Tour is more than just a concert. It's an exploration of how close art can come to achieving transcendence without simply fading away. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next batch of drama. See you in the next cookie drop. I wasn't thinking about transcendence while my 12-year-old son and I were drenched and waiting 3 hours for a lift amid the chaotic aftermath of the show. We had just left the Charlotte stop of the tour, which was also his very first concert. Downtown Charlotte felt like a battlefield, filled with honking cars, dead phones, and soaked t-shirts clinging to wet bodies. We were cold, exhausted, and hungry, and in the midst of all that chaos, I lost the $55 souvenir t-shirt I had bought for him. He tried to hide his disappointment, but at 12, you don't easily forget something like that. Despite the urban traffic nightmare and my dwindling dad credibility, something remarkable happened inside that stadium. It felt significant, like an experience we would cherish in the years to come, not for the lift that never arrived, but for how a man with a microphone and a purpose united a crowd of strangers in a moment of collective excitement. Kendrick Lamar and SZA are not your average pop stars. They don't rely on catchy hooks or superficial spectacle. They set trends rather than follow them. Yet they now find themselves in a rarefied space typically occupied by icons like Beyoncé and Taylor Swift, those who don't just fill stadiums but transform them. For Kendrick and SZA, this tour is more than just a display of talent. It's a celebration, a statement, and evidence that art grounded in depth, struggle, history, and creativity can still rise to the top without losing its essence. Kendrick is experiencing a unique moment in his career. Fresh off a decisive victory in his long-standing rivalry with Drake, a feud that erupted into a trilogy of diss tracks that captured public attention and shifted the landscape of hip-hop, Kendrick now reigns as the undisputed champion of lyrical battles. However, he isn't reveling in his success. There's no celebratory tour for him. On stage, Kendrick exudes a calm demeanor, reminiscent of a boxer who knows the match is over but still honors the sport. Songs like Family Matters, Meet the Grams, and The Standout, Not Like Us are part of the performance, but they don't come across as acts of revenge. Instead, they feel like accolades, snapshots of the conflict that elevated him, but not the main focus. Kendrick seems to be pursuing something grander. He's creating an experience, a portal, a movement. The show is a meticulously crafted blend of crowd-pleasing anthems, minimalist choreography, and intentional bursts of energy. His dancers don't simply perform. They march, twist, and explode with purpose. They serve as symbols rather than mere entertainers. Kendrick doesn't soar on wires or emerge from trapdoors. He simply walks, stands, and raps. Yet, he captivates the audience completely. In a remarkable feat that once seemed impossible, Kendrick has transformed complex, thought-provoking, jazz-infused hip-hop into stadium-worthy music. It's not just accessible, it's exhilarating. The transition from humble to backseat freestyle to Family Ties isn't just a playlist, it's a carefully orchestrated explosion. It creates a wave of shared memories and energy. Each lyric resonates as if it's already on everyone's lips, and the acoustics, once a challenge for live rap, now amplify a sense of unity. You can hear your own voice reverberate, joined by thousands of others. It's a mix of church and chaos. It's Kendrick. Then, just when you think you can catch your breath, SZA steps in to alter the atmosphere. While Kendrick's segment feels like a rallying cry, SZA's performance unfolds like a dream. It features bugs, wings, animatronic ants, and flowing skirts that resemble parachutes. An entomological theme runs through her visuals, which may sound odd in theory, but it works because she fully embraces the eccentricity. Riding a robotic insect mid-song is only possible if you truly believe in the moment, and SZA clearly does. She's more than just a singer, she's a captivating presence. Her mystique and vulnerability envelop her like an aura. Although her songs may not hit as hard as Kendrick's, there's an alluring quality to their ethereal nature. She glides over them like a fleeting memory. She doesn't aim to be the loudest voice in the room. She simply wants to whisper the truth and let it linger in your mind for days. To be honest, I've never fully appreciated her hooks. They've always seemed more ethereal than impactful to me, more like mist and fire. However, In a stadium filled with thousands of fans singing along, something changes. The mist solidifies. Her voice transforms into a powerful force, and her genuine, almost astonished joy on stage turns her performance into a celebration of self-discovery. You can see that SZA is truly moved by the enormity of it all. She radiates happiness. She dances. She twirls like someone who can't believe she gets to do this for a living. This stands in stark contrast to Kendrick's intense focus. While he is the preacher, she embodies the poet. Where he makes declarations, she meanders. In this dynamic, the entire performance comes alive. When they perform together, it's not about explosive chemistry, it's something more nuanced. It's a mutual acknowledgement, a shared understanding. Kendrick and SZA don't have an overwhelming chemistry, but they don't need it. They aren't lovers, siblings, or traditional partners. They are collaborators, two artists who trust each other enough to alternate control without conflict. Their duet on All the Stars feels like an orbit, two celestial bodies rotating close enough to feel each other's warmth, but never colliding. Their set designs reflect this harmony. Kendrick's dancers create sharp geometric shapes, striking disciplined poses without wavering. SZA's dancers move like a breeze, swirling in patterns that evoke magic rather than mathematics. Kendrick communicates with exclamation points, while SZA sings with ellipses. Yet they convey the same message. This is what happens when you embrace your own voice, regardless of how odd it may seem to others. The Grand National Tour isn't focused on guest appearances or unexpected surprises. Playboi Carti made an appearance in Atlanta, but aside from that, it's just Kendrick, SZA, and DJ Mustard. No Drake, no Rihanna, no nostalgic cameos. This isn't about celebrating past achievements or chasing viral moments. It's a focused spotlight on two artists who have conquered their own challenges and now stand at the peak, alone, together. And what a peak it is! Towards the end of the show, Kendrick and SZA rise on separate platforms during All the Stars. Behind them, the audience glows with a sea of cell phone lights. The platforms gradually elevate, and it's quite dramatic. It's a literal, physical rise, a visual metaphor for their current standing in the music industry. They are not merely performing, they are rising. Together, yet apart, twin deities in orbit. There's nothing like that in a club. No club can make you feel small enough to truly comprehend the magnitude of what Kendrick and SZA are achieving. No arena can reflect your voice back to you like a wave of belonging. No theater can elevate two artists into the stars without shattering the illusion. Only a stadium can accomplish that, and only when the artist is ready to embrace the moment fully. Sure, here's a paraphrase of the text. Indeed, the logistics are frustrating. Parking is a nightmare, merchandise gets misplaced, and your lift might not show up. However, when Kendrick delivers the line, "Sit down, be humble," to an audience of 100,000, or when SZA appears to float gracefully above a radiant field, all those issues fade away. You're reminded of the significance of music, why it's worth enduring the hassle, and why your child, drenched and shivering, will cherish this night for the rest of their life. You realize that genuine art doesn't merely occupy a space, it changes it. That's the enchantment of Kendrick Lamar, SZA, and the Grand National Tour. It's not just about the music or the visuals, but the bold belief that amidst all the chaos, real connections can still be made, even if it requires a stadium to achieve it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the story.